buying liquidation to resell on eBay, Amazon, all the other sites, it's a good thing if you can do it right and if you can get good stuff. But lately, I'm finding that there's this one huge problem with liquidation, and it's kind of making me rethink the whole thing. So let me talk to you about that here on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hey everybody, welcome back. Yeah, I picked up 4 pallets this week. I picked up a pallet on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today, making this video on Friday. So you're going to be watching this over the weekend at some point. Yeah, a lot of liquidation. You can see here the storage unit's filling up, and it's just a matter of time before I go get racks and start pushing this stuff up towards the ceiling and making more room to do some of the things that I've been talking to you guys about on the channel. But in picking up this liquidation merchandise, I got to tell you, I'm finding that more and more of these items that I'm getting are simply swap outs. And if you've been following this channel for any length of time, you know that swap outs are a thing. Now, of course, on eBay, we get them as sellers, but nowhere near the amount that this happens or the frequency that this happens on Amazon. So a lot of times people are buying these items through FBA. And the way Amazon works with their return policy, you can return a brick and nobody's looking, and nobody's going to know the bit for the better, and you're going to be able to swap out something for a really nice fancy item. So when you're dealing with liquidation, you're the one that's getting this. So nobody at Amazon's looking at this stuff. It's just basically thrown into Gaylords and shipped by the truckload to some of these large companies that hold the contract for Amazon liquidation. And then they in turn are selling individual pallets. Once they obtain it from Amazon, they're selling these to individually in pallets or in truckload form to other resellers, maybe people with bin stores and stuff like that. But I can tell you, look, it's always been a thing where people were able to get liquidation, and we're dealing with swap outs, right? So I want to share with you my latest disappointment, and I continually find myself disappointed. And when you're buying pallets based on 1 or 2 good items, it's really critical that this doesn't happen with the swap outs. And I want to show you my latest disappointment and what I'm dealing with right now. So here it is. Got this in liquidation, and this is a Focusrite Claret 8 preamp. Looks like a really fancy. I think MSRP on this is like $999. I think it was like $899 when I checked on Amazon, but this was the highlight of the palette. So my first thought when I opened this was to just brace yourself, because this could be anything. And so far looks good. Has the original retail packaging, but wait, that's black. And well, I guess the top is black, but I can see there's no red at all on this. And immediately my thought was, what the hell is this? And here's what it is. It's the same brand, Focusrite, and it is I can get this thing to focus here because it's not focusing right. Hold on, bear with me a second. It's a Sapphire Pro 40. Looks like to be in good shape. I did test this out and power it on, but this is a far cry, guys, from the unit that I thought I was getting. This thing, I think I went and listed this for like $80 plus shipping. It's already sold, I believe, as the making of this video. But that's not the point. The point is, here I am trying to maximize what I'm getting out of this pallet. And I would have been better off getting this thing here for parts or repair. Thing would have been, maybe opened or non-functional. It would have been about a $200 to $300 return as parts or repair. Someone would have bought it and fixed it up. or at least tried to, or used it for parts for their existing Focusrite Claret 8. And this is the thing, guys. This is just the disappointing part of liquidation when you expect this and you get that. So, what do you guys think? So, how disappointing is that? You're trying to buy a pallet. You know that the one main item in there, regardless of condition, is going to give you most of the money back. I think this particular pallet I'm in for about $500, which I felt like I got a good deal. And given that this replacement swap out item is only worth $80, they decided they were going to treat themselves to an upgrade and they were going to do it on Amazon's dime. It's somewhat frustrating. And it's almost to where it's making me rethink not giving up liquidation altogether. I wouldn't do that because it's still good, but it's really making me think that sometimes you can really pay up for a pallet because it has a couple strong items, and there's no guarantee. Like this company I go through, they're explicit that they really don't care what's in the box, and if that item is manifested, if they're going off of the box, they're not going off the contents inside that box. And so if it's manifested and you don't get it, you're SOL. You're out of luck. Just good luck next time. That's the kind of mentality they have. And you have to accept that when you're buying liquidation. That's just the name of the game. But it used to be that it was never this rampant. Now it is just getting out of hand. There are just so many dishonest people out there that see that, oh, I had a return last time, a legit return last time, and as soon as I put this thing in the mail, as soon as UPS scanned it, they gave me my money back. Well, they must not be looking. Let me try to swap out this old vacuum, or let me try to swap out, this equalizer, what the hell this thing is that I'm looking at. I'm sure you guys know what it is more than I do, but it's just horrible. I don't know what's going on in this world, but people are just dishonest as all can be. And us liquidators or people who buy liquidation are the ones that are left holding the bag, and it's somewhat disappointing. So that's why you have to really figure in that you're only going to make about 40% of the MSRP, even though if all the items are included in the pallet, and even at a pre-owned used condition for most of these items, if not all these items, you're going to get 40% of the MSRP. So on a $10,000 MSRP, which is the suggested manufacturer price, you're going to get somewhere over $4,000 for most good pallets. Now, I'd say when I say most good pallets, 90% of pallets out there are really just junk. You're not going to make nothing off of those. That's why you got to really key in on the good pallets, the stuff that have good sell through, that have good performance, not only for brand new stuff, but stuff that actually, if is there a market even for that item if it's parts or repair, if it doesn't work. So you have to be willing to do all those things and to accept the fact that you're going to get broken things. And I was fine with getting a broken one of these, but I didn't even get that. I got something from years ago that heck, it powers on, so I'm assuming they were just upgrading, but still I'm only going to get $80, and I'd rather have received the parts and repair unit for the one that was advertised when I would have made a little bit more money than that. So that's just the nature of the game, the nature of the business. But I thought I'd drop a video here and share just some of my frustrations with you. And this is not just a one time thing. Like I said, this is happening way more. It's happening at least a few times on every pallet of merchandise I'm receiving. And it's just sad. It's just sad. And I can only assume that it's going to get worse. And when that day comes where it's to the point where I'm just fed up with it, then I guess I'll be sourcing a different way. But until then, sourcing is still doing well. My sales are very sporadic. On Wednesday, I had a zero sales day, followed by a Thursday with a over $700 sales day. So it all balances out at the end, I guess, but we're just going to keep plugging away. We're going to keep making money, and we're going to keep getting disappointed. And that's just the nature of the game. But yet it's another example of how flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And we're going to talk to you guys on Mondays live. And until then, have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.